Hello and welcome to Glen Ives Craft Design. My name is Chastity Ives, here bringing you another card. So this is to build off of the last video I did, but I ink smushed some inks onto this piece of paper and wanted to come in with Simon Says Stamps, amethyst, whatever amethyst trio ink they have to build a background. So I wanted it really purple because the stencil I was going to use over top is going to be done in just black grit paste. So I have Earl and charcoal gray here. So these inks, I just sort of didn't have a plan in mind, I guess, but just sort of wanted to give the definition of spots, I guess, or, depth to certain areas of the card base. So then from there, I took the Villainous Potion Distress, mica spray from Tim Holtz. And then I have this collection here where I took, I believe this was like cabbage, that I just put on a piece of paper because I wanted a lime green, which, much like the video that Julian Michaels did a while back, so you saw me there just trying to size it up, and again, trying to size, did I do this correct? And sure enough, I did. So then I took out bubblegum and sweets and taffy, I believe, to give different purples or pinky purples to my potions. Because I love green and purple together, and they really, I don't know. I love the color combination of that. So just took out a blending brush, blended the second half of that piece of paper that the witch was cut out for, and then took out my my Pretty Pink Posh Happy Halloween stencil and took some Tim Holtz black grit paste and just smoothed that out over on top of my card front. It's a little busy, the card front, with the whole, like, black opaque and the bright purple, and then the pieces I put on there. But I don't know, I really ended up liking it. And this was the first time using this stencil from Pretty Pink Posh, and I'll probably be using it again. I haven't made any other videos with it just yet, but I probably will. Um, so I didn't know if I was going to leave this as a 4.25 by 5.5. So I just cleaned up the edges of the front, just a little bit, because again, I didn't want to like have to use my scissors to cut it off. But needless to say, I left it as is. The next part was to give depth and dimension to the witch. So I just cut out pieces of black cardstock that are just some scraps I had laying around for that were in black, and just put those behind her and glued those there. And the reason I did that is because I didn't want to use foam strips or foam squares or anything because she's so dainty. So instead, just cut out a few extra pieces and just glue those behind your focal point, and there you have dimension. So then I cut out some of those potion bottles in purple, or sorry, taffy, sweets, and bubblegum again. And I had a few extra pieces that I cut out. I didn't actually end up using. Like, you see the moon there. You see a couple other pieces. I didn't end up using them. But yeah, just really went in, and to give these depth and dimension, I took the same sweets and taffy and bubblegum ink, and just shaded where I thought it would look best. So Then I also took in the gray, or the, charcoal, and I believe it was gray. I'm having a brain fart. And put those on some of the labels. And then I did end up using this raven bird here. So I, again, just went in with charcoal and cut that out. As you can see, I left it in the piece of paper because he's really dainty, and I didn't want to. I have a very heavy hand, and sometimes I could push a little too hard, so I left him in there for a little bit to get the base color down, and then eventually went in, took him out, and then blended again. And so then I have this CZ Design Yes Witch sentiment strips. And you can see there I put some foam tape on the back of my card front, and then took out, if it fits, lace it, write it, flaunt it. And that is from, I believe that's from Picket Fence Studios from a while back. But yeah, then took the card front, and just after it's dry, definitely don't touch it when it's wet. So it didn't take very long for me to let it dry. And from there, you could see that the card front is a little too big, so I just trimmed that down a hair and just made sure that, okay, there weren't any other black bits hanging off the edge. And then to figure out how I wanted to arrange said card front with the sentiment strips and the witch, I cut those down. Oh, and then I don't think I showed it, but I could have missed it. But the sentiment strips, just take out a black piece of paper, or sorry, a black Sharpie, and just go over the edges with it. And so then you're not seeing the white piece of paper. It just looks more, I don't know, streamlined, I guess. But yeah, so then Yes Witch, let's hang for a spell, and then arrange the witch on above the Yes Witch. And I wanted her to be sort of walking on top of, or, standing on top of the Yes Witch off to the side there. And it ended up being perfect. Then took the potion bottles, glued those down. In order to give depth to those, I did put some foam squares on a few of them to make some in front of the others. And you can also see here that I did ink blend some gray as well as lime, or sorry, this cabbage on these potion bottles, because I didn't want them all to be purple, because it was going to be too much purple. So as much as I love these colors together, it was a little too much. And you can see here that the labels on the bottles are not filled in. And I didn't realize till I got towards the end that, hey, maybe I should put some little fake text on there. Then took out some oldie but goodies that I got off Amazon. These little embellishments I sort of went for like a bubbly cauldron sort of feel. So that's why I placed 7 of them, all different sizes, the biggest one at the bottom. And I don't know what I was doing there, but trying to get it in place, in a position I liked. And with me being left-handed and all, you can't really see what I'm doing, but you'll see it at the end. But essentially just putting fake text on the potion bottles. And that finished off these cards. And I hope you enjoyed the video. They turned out great, or this turned out great. And I hope to see you in the next one.